the Christ energy, the eternal flame. It's eternal and indestructible. It lasts forever and ever and ever. And energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only changes form. And this energy could come into anyone. And it's been happening for all eternity. The chosen ones, the 144, the Hopi Prophecy Rainbow Warriors, these individuals, as Dolores Cannon spoke about the waves of volunteers, over years, people have been coming in to raise the vibrational frequency of the world. And we could reflect on people from the past to understand our experiences that we're having right now on our journey. We learn from the great ones that come before us, and our ancestors are watching. They're watching us right now, and they're counting on us to finish the job. In the future, you could reflect on the past, and then you will realize. The truth cannot be told, it can only be realized. And as you go about your everyday life, there are certain things that you might not understand when you're younger, when you're a child, and then you get to a place in your life, and then one day, everything just clicks. I've shared with many people that are interested in the channel, and sometimes they don't understand right away. Once it's there, it's going to click one day at the right time. Our ancestors are watching, and it's divine timing. This month, this time, everything kind of intersects all at once. When I was a boy, I had a great Nana. Today was her birthday. And she used to teach me and always brought to my attention Mother Cabrini. And it's a divine coincidence that this movie is coming out within a week. And the story of Mother Cabrini teaches us about what we have going on inside of us and what we're doing over the course of our everyday lives. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, could you kindly hit the like button? It's story time with Uncle Mike. And when we reflect on our ancestors, when we reflect on people that instilled in us qualities that we take right now into battle, if you will, the spiritual battle, to try to raise the vibrational frequency of the world. And when we reflect on and analyze this situation, we could understand what we're all going through right now in society, in the world. If you're not familiar, Mother Cabrini, she's known as Mother Cabrini, but Francesca Cabrini was a nun, and she's a saint. And she established 67 institutions, schools, hospitals, and orphanages. And she tried to make orphans and children, try to make their lives better. She was the first U.S. citizen to be canonized as a saint. When you're a saint, not only do you do great works, but you perform miracles. And one of the miracles, she restored eyesight to Peter Smith, a child that was blind. He was blinded accidentally because he was administered silver nitrate solution into his eyes. The child was blind, and Mother Cabrini and her sisters prayed over the boy all night long, and the following day the eyesight was restored. Yeshua Christ said that the miracles that I perform, you will perform and greater. And I want everyone to write that down and understand it on your journey. A lot of people wait for someone to come and do these things, but actually the miracles that Yeshua performed, we perform and greater. It has been happening over many lifetimes, and it will continue to happen. And that is the energy of the Christ. When one possesses the energy of Christ, even if it is a tiny woman, this tiny woman, she went up against a lot of adversity to make the world a better place, as she tried to really help out a lot of orphans, a lot of children that were in not the greatest of places. And you can reflect on your journey. Once you get to a place where you want to help others, for some reason in this world, you come up against adversity. And when you look at this small, tiny woman and how she, and you could see this in the movie that's coming out, how she came up against the adversity and she stuck forth with her mission, and she was not deterred from her mission. So, you know, people could bark, people could growl, but you have to embrace the lion that is within the DNA, which is within the Christ spirit. If you're here to embrace the lion that is inside of you, you could get the lines going in the chat. She made better lives for children, but this came with the adversity that each and every one of us come against when you're thinking outside the box. When you're doing something that goes against the norms of society, you know, they didn't want to hear, you know, they, if you see the promotion for the video and how one guy, part of the, whatever office he was running for, talking to the priest, and he says, you're going to allow a little nun to run this church? And when you put your foot down and you believe in yourself and you don't back down, you don't back down to things, you know, you have to really embrace the lion, the strength of Christ. And I didn't really, to me as a boy, I didn't really understand the power and the magnitude of these things, but as we see in divine timing, everything kind of comes together. And our ancestors, the ones that came before us, they instilled this in us because we constantly pay it forward, as each and every one of us are paying it forward in the now moment. And my Nana, growing up, she said, you pray to Mother Cabrini. And she used to give me like this little thing. And she kept instilling it in me. And one day when I was younger, you know, it's not so exciting when you're a 8 or 9 year old boy. You just want to play. She goes, we're going to go see Mother Cabrini. So we're going to go see Mother Cabrini. And it's up in the Bronx. So we get in the car. My papa's driving. We drive up to the Bronx. We drive through Manhattan, through New York, up into the Bronx, and it's there. And her body, her head is not there. They took the skull to analyze it. Her body is in a glass casing, and it's there up in the Bronx, and you could see it. And the body did not decay like a normal human. So they put that body in that glass box, and you could see that body up in the Bronx. Yeah, Greg. So some of you might have visited this shrine. So she goes, we're gonna go to the shrine. I'm just a boy. I'm like, what's? I just want to play in the yard or something, you know. She goes, no, we're gonna go see the shrine. When you are exposed to important things in a younger stage, these things stay in the subconscious mind. That's why it's really important to stay empowered, to reflect on real things, that are showing us empowerment, even if we don't understand them. You're maybe inspiring people that are younger than you, children, young adults. They might not understand you at first, but I assure you, these things stay in the mind, and it is going to activate when it's supposed to activate. So we went to the Bronx, and we see the shrine, and you know what? Like, it was there, but when you really think about it, like, it's like, wow, it's right there, and in a place, and people just probably pass it every day. There's pieces of a body that never decayed, and it's so interesting to see how, right before our very eyes, there's evidence of incorruptible energies, things that it's a miracle. And when you perform miracles, and you could see that there's a drastic change, and people do go to this place, and they view her body in the glass presentation that they have there. It's something that could be analyzed. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. It doesn't matter your size. You could have great abilities. And it doesn't matter your position. You could just be someone's nana. And you are doing the work. The hardest times, when you overcome the hardest times, it molds you. And then you build a legacy. And that is the season that we're in right now. It's legacy season, as I shared the other night. Legacy season has begun. I want you all to write it in the comments. Legacy season has begun. The hardest times, when you overcome adversity, that is where the power lies. You ascend to a higher version of yourself, while 95% of people would have quit. When we think of Cabrini and how in that time, in the early 1900s, when, I didn't even realize this, like a lot of Italian Americans, they were ridiculed and not looked upon in the best light. And, really going back and understanding a lot of our ancestors that have come before us, and how we're able to utilize these energies. And these are the things that that my nana instilled in me. And just like younger, like you gotta like think of it like as just being a boy, and you see like the picture of the nun. It's like, all right, nana. So it is interesting. But now when you're in the future, and you're seeing the bigger picture, and things start to resonate, that's why, when it comes to great parenting, great mentoring, leave these things, because you will see the seeds that you've planted bear fruit later in life. Energy changes form. We all come back in different forms. And this energy, doesn't matter your size. It reminds me of a story, my sister shared with me. My sister is like pocket size. I could fit her in my pocket, and she's tiny, but she was telling me a story about this time she was at a party, and this big burly guy was trying to steal her and her friend's pocketbooks, and she didn't care. She just went up and she started screaming and said, get away from there. And this big burly guy was scared of her. So it's really about the energy that's inside of a person. I think a lot of people, they look at the exterior, but they don't realize the energy that is within the interior. I am not this body. I am the energy that operates the body. And energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only changes form. So over the course of times, we have come back for many lifetimes, and we have done this over and over again. And that is the eternal flame. That is the Holy Spirit that is within us. That is the Christ light energy that is within us. It is indestructible, and it is eternal. Why don't you smash the like button if you are indestructible. You are. And these are the things that last the test of time. It's words and stories of motivation, because we could look at everyday life people, and these people, you could be a teacher, you could be a nana, you could be a nun, and you are the ones that are changing the world. Everything that you do is influencing the vibrational frequency of the entire collective. So it's important to really stay focused that everything that you do, every decision you make, every step you take is altering the timeline, is creating a brand new reality. And we're able to really harness this. The things that my Nana instilled in me, it lasted the test of time, and I reflect on these things on this day, and it is divine timing that this is all coming together at this time of the year. And she was the one that always told me there's a time for this and a time for that. So as we could look at Cabrini and see a wonderful person, but she was very strong and powerful, and didn't take no shift. If you're going to be successful on your journey, you're going to come across adversity, but God allows. Gym, when you're in the gym and you press against the weight, you're building that mind muscle connection. You are getting a deeper feel of your body. Well, that's the weight that we press against in anything that we have in our lives. As we've said over and over again, the obstacle is the way. Sometimes the obstacles get people to stop, but we keep going because it's telling us this is actually the way. If you hear me, you give me 555, because some people says it's glitched. This is a powerful message. And when we're live, we tend to glitch the live stream, but hit 555 if you're watching on the replay. We don't know. Okay, we're connected. We're connected. We are connected. I knew it was going to be a powerful one, because before I came on, the whole Wi-Fi was off the device. You see the exclamation point. I'm like, here we go. But that's the power. When you are doing powerful things, you are, like I just said, you're glitching reality. You're glitching, and sometimes these electronics, when you are basically altering or changing, amplifying the timeline, whatever you would like to call it. These are the signs that you're on the right path. Sometimes we don't get spoken word, you are on the right path. But sometimes we have to look for the signs, the synchronicities, the glitches that are happening in our everyday lives to teach us this. My Nana, she knew a lot, and I'm very grateful that I always listened to her, even though I didn't understand a lot of things when I was younger. But now they all make sense now, and I was able to at least enjoy some of it at the end of her life, when I did become more conscious and aware of these things. And she did the best with the information available at the time, and that's what life is. When we think about consciousness, and we discuss this in science, we answer questions with the information available at the time. That's all we could do. And that's why it's important to expand consciousness and raise awareness to things, because once we have the information available to us, we can understand things at a deeper level, and we can create from a place of authenticity. So, listen, my Nana, she told me, I'm reading the chat right now, she taught me growing up, you look at Mother Cabrini, you look at the Blessed Mother, and my Nana also told me to watch out for Jezebel narcissists as well. So I hear you. And nanas know. Oh, nanas know a lot. Yeah. And nanas prepare us. And we have to be prepared for everything. We can't look at things at the face value. We have to embrace the energy that is within. You know, when we look at a small, tiny lady like Cabrini, and you know the power of Mother Cabrini, and you know she had a command of all these sisters, and they prayed over the boy, and his eyesight was restored. So, you know, when you think about miracles, when we think about things that can, you know, how we could cause great change could be accomplished if we believe in ourselves. And the saints come marching in. Sometimes, reality seer, I see your comments. The best education that we get is from our family. That's where we get our best education from, because they are going to teach us the things. They're going to teach us, you know, from firsthand experience, what we need to watch for, where the respect needs to go, and where the protection needs to go. So, you know, I reflect on that time, and you know, it is like a lifetime ago. It is like a lifetime ago. But to see that, and to see how you have real life evidence right before you, and it's showing us, wow, this is something that you could tangibly see something. You could tangibly see something, and so you look at it, you look at, if you go to the shrine and you look at this, and it's telling you, you know, there's more to this life. There's energies that are part of this reality that we don't fully understand. And you are able to hold on to these energies and focus these energies. So you want to make a beautiful laser beam and focus it onto your calling. That's where those distraction people will come in. So you don't want to be distracted from your calling, you know, especially in this modern society. You cannot be distracted from your calling. You have to move forward on your calling. Things that you knew since a child, you have to move forward on your calling without distractions, without regrets, because regret is worse than failure. You know, if you think about if Mother Cabrini stopped, said, oh, you know, I'm coming against a lot of, you know, pushback. I'm just going to stop here. Well, think about all the people that were helped afterwards, and the change that happened afterwards. When we reflect on that, and that movie's coming out for everyone to see within a week, you could look at that, and you could look at the trailer, and when you're against this adversity, we all come against this adversity. It's actually telling you that you're on the right path. You're on the right path. If you're on the right path, if you're here to become the highest version of yourself, why don't you smash that like button? It helps others find this message. This is where we have to stay focused on. And there are people that come into our lives, reason, season, lifetime. They're here to keep us focused. They're here to keep us alert. Both of my grandparents, when I was younger, they said, you need to be alert, Mikey. You need to be alert. You could all write it down in the comments. You need to be alert. Alert, focused, aware. Your consciousness is fully expanded. You're alert to what's going on. You are alert. You are focused on your abilities. We all have to be focused on our abilities. Great abilities to cause change. We could all cause that change, and energy is never created or destroyed. It only changes form. So we are here changing the form of the energy. And when you're focused on that, it lasts for eternity. And things that have happened on your journey, we've all been on journeys, and you know, we're all given clues and things that tell us. And then when you realize it, you sit there one day and you're like, wow, You could see it right before your very eyes. You're like, wow, this was a message. This is the truth. This is the path. No one's going to say, this is your path. You have to allow life to play out. And then when you get into the future, then all of a sudden you realize that you are in alignment, that you are there, that you're where you need to be, that you are in the vibrational frequency, the highest vibrational frequency of your existence. That's where we are focused on right now. Many people, they resonate with chosen ones, the 144, the rainbow warriors. When we analyze that Christ energy, the incorruptible energy, the eternal flame of the Holy Spirit, these are the things that you're able to hold within you. It's not about being just a unicorn and rainbow all day long. Sometimes we have to be strong. We have to believe in ourselves. Just like a tiny nun from New York was able to create so much orphanages, hospitals, healing, restoring, restoration. God is restoring our people right now. Restoration is coming across all of us in the now moment. In a season, we all experience it together because people will see the hand of God move. And the hand of God is moving now. And you look for the signs, you look for the synchronicities. We are all the change that we want to see in the world. She had to be the change that we wanted to see in the world. And if you stay focused, the people, the right people, will come. And then she had all these sisters, and they would pray over the children. And the boy, in that example, was blind, went to sleep, woke up, and the sight was miraculously restored. Restoration is coming upon our people right now. Write it down. Restoration is now. Destiny is now. Destiny is fulfilled now. I'm grateful for the stories that my ancestors that came before me have left for me. I'm grateful on this day for my Nana. You know, it's always divine timing, and everything works out. It's time to rise. It's destiny fulfilled. Esther, your grandson is here. Mikey is leading the people with the red and blue uniform. And so it is. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. Never stop, never give in, just keep going. Did you have ancestors that came before you that left you the seeds of consciousness? Let us know in the comments. When you reflect on a tiny woman from New York, very powerful place, a lot of change happens. High energy is high change. That's how it works. Reflect on it. Are you embracing the highest timeline? Are you embracing the person that you came here to be? It's time to rise. You could hit the starbursts. Let us know in the comments. Please smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We are fulfilling our destiny this month. We never stopped. We never gave in to adversity. We just keep going, just like our ancestors did before us. Destiny is fulfilled. I'm the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. That's it. That's all you have to do. Where 95% of people would quit and give in, you just keep going. I love you all. I'm the best there is at what I do. Focus on that. Remember who you are. With great change, destiny. It's time. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.